Right, okay, fan reaction time then. Middlesbrough 0, Burnley 0. I actually thought we were the better side. I thought we deserved to win the game. I felt like we created the better chances. Look, Brownhill's got them 2 chances and he should score at least one of them. Obviously, the defender makes a brilliant block for the first one, but the second one, I mean, again, to be fair to Brownhill, it does bobble up for him as it's going towards him. So there are some sort of like mitigating circumstances as to why Josh missed both of them, but I still think at least one of them's got to go in. And with the form that he's been in, Brownhill recently, his goal scoring form and all round general form as well, you probably want them chances to fall to him. So it's just a shame that he's not managed to put any of them away. But I thought he played well tonight. To be fair, I thought all of the lads did really. I thought the performance in general, like I've said, we were the better side, deserved to win the match. I thought, if anything, some of the players probably looked a little bit leggy. I thought Hannibal played well. His movement is still pretty decent. But again, I did think Hannibal was a little leggy tonight. I thought Anthony was superb, though. I think Anthony was probably my man of the match. I can say that now because I'm not sure if I'm doing a full-time show yet. The chances are probably not, but I'll let you all know on Twitter. But I thought Anthony was superb. I saw Fleming getting some stick again, and there was that moment where Brownhill flicked it on and you're just thinking, right, take it down now and smack it. I think it was Brownhill who flicked it on. You're thinking, take it down now and smack it, Ian. But he didn't. He tried to just prod it back towards Josh. And this is where I always come back to, in my opinion, I think we need a striker. And I know some of you don't think that. But I think if any of them chances fall to a striker that fell to Josh, an out-and-out number 9 striker who's in good goal-scoring form, then they score at least one of them. And I think there that episode with Fleming there, I think a proper out-and-out striker, a number 9, brings that down, takes a touch and then smacks it. I just think we're missing that cutting edge in the final third. And I feel like, again, a striker would have helped us loads tonight. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the performance. And look, I've seen again a lot of people sort of like complaining, saying the football's dull and it's tedious and they want to bang the head against the wall and all that sort of stuff. And I just think it's a massive overreaction. I mean, it's quite funny actually. Like, I have recently, especially from the Facebook followers and people in, like, you know, these Facebook groups that I sometimes share these videos to, like calling me negative and calling me a clickbait W word and stuff like that, and it just couldn't be any further from the truth. It's just, I don't know if people come into it with a preconception about like podcasters and YouTubers, and they just think, oh well, they're all dickheads, so this guy's a dickhead, or Mark Gorbridge is a dickhead, so this guy must be a dickhead. I'm not, and Mark Gorbridge, if you're watching this, I don't think you are either. But I just think that with stuff like that, people look at it and they think, yeah, he's an idiot. But the point is, I'm surprised that people are saying that about me when I feel like I'm one of the most positive ones, or I try and be positive, or at least look at it from all angles and try and be not neutral, because I think the reason why these work so well is because I am passionate about the club and I do want the club to do well. But yeah, I'm just seeing all this negativity on Twitter again, and I'm just astounded by it, and I'm just like, what more do people want? When you look at the last 4 games, Norwich away, win. Watford at home, win. Sheffield United away, win. Borough away, draw. That's fantastic. And Borough away is a good point. On the balance of play, we should have won. We should have won, and I can understand people being frustrated with that. I'm frustrated with the fact that we didn't manage to get the win tonight. But I think when you take a step back and you just look at the bigger picture, we are going in the right direction. Not to steal Scott Parker's words, but we are nudging in the right direction, getting better and better every single week. Tonight, I just feel like it was a culmination of too many games. I feel like that's why we just didn't manage to get over the line. I think if that was played at a different time, we'd have potentially got better as the game went on. But I feel like Middlesbrough sometimes stepped onto us and we allowed them to do it. And then we had spells in the game where we just couldn't really get our foot on the ball. But then we had other spells where we were clearly the better side and the dominant side. And like I said, I think for the majority of the match, we were the better of the 2 teams and deserved to win the match. My only criticism from tonight would be the substitutions. I felt like Foster, I mean, we don't know where Foster's at with his fitness yet, to be fair, but I felt like when he brought Jay on, I thought that was wrong. I thought he was making the subs at the right time, but the subs that he was making, some of them left me a little bit baffled. Like, why did he take Anthony off? Like I said, in my opinion, he was the man of the match. I felt like taking him off, that changed the game, and then there was nobody to really keep hold of the ball in the final third and to run at them. Because Hannibal was doing well with that as well, even though I do feel like he looked a little bit leggy. He was still keeping the ball pretty well, was Hannibal. And then when you've taken him off on like the 60th minute and then Jaden on the 80th minute, there's nobody up there to keep the ball. And then Zian went off for Jay, and I just felt like, bring Foster on, get Lyle on. But again, like you said, like I said, I don't feel like we know enough probably in his fitness journey that he maybe didn't feel like, you know, he wanted to risk him, because obviously he got some minutes at Bramall Lane the other day, and he might have just thought this is too soon. But I'd like to see Lyle getting more minutes against Stoke, maybe even start against Blackburn if he comes on and does well against Stoke. Because obviously we've got to start looking towards the game after Stoke now, to be fair. Like, no disrespect to Stoke, but we should be able to put a side out. We should be able to tinker with the side. I know some people don't like it when he tinkers, and that's fair enough, but I felt like if he had tinkered tonight, in hindsight, we might have been able to get over the line a little bit. So I'm thinking now, out of the next 2 games, of course you want 6 points, but out of the next 2 games, one of them's more important than the other. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it isn't. So let's tinker with it a little bit for the Stoke game, and then hopefully we're a little bit fresher for the trip to the ground where we won the league 2 seasons ago. So good to bring back some good memories going back there. It's weird, isn't it, that I'm going off on a tangent again, like, but you know, like how when you go back to Scunthorpe or you go back to Reading from that playoff final, you're like, wow, yeah, I remember the stadium, good memories. We're going to be going to Ewood Park, a place where we all despise, and thinking, wow, yeah, good memories. But yeah, I digress. Just going back to the point of the match, I thought Burnley played well. Thought we were the better side. We are definitely getting better. From what I've seen over the last couple of games, again, I'm completely going back on myself from something I said like literally 4 weeks ago when I did that podcast with the Sportsman and Betfred. I actually think I think we can get in the top 2 now. I'm not massively keen on Sheffield United from what I've seen over the last couple of days, because I did manage to watch them today when they drew at West Brom, at home to West Brom. So I'm thinking we can get in that top 2. Leeds might have a little bit too much, and it all depends on the investment in January as well, because obviously we're hoping that we might buy a couple or bring some loans in. I'm sure Sheffield United's new owners will be looking to bring some investment in as well. But from what I've seen of Sheffield United so far, admittedly they have had a couple of injuries recently. I think they might just fade away. Fingers crossed anyway. But yeah, 2 massive games coming up, and then we've obviously got a big January where we've got games against Sunderland and Leeds as well, I think, off the top of my head. Apologies if that's wrong. I've not double checked it, but I'm pretty certain we do. So yeah, up the Clarets, good performance, enjoyed it. Just felt like we were lacking that cutting edge up top, but I feel like that might come from just a couple of players being too leggy, because we've had quite a lot of games in such a short space of time. But on to Stoke and up the Clarets.